Y como lo mencionábamos en algún momento, República Dominicana está enfocada en convertirse en un referente del sector y de la región como un gran hub del Caribe. Para hablarnos al respecto, invito al señor Morten Johansen, CEO de la compañía DP Work, que nos hablará sobre el verdadero desafío de crear un centro de logística. Adelante.
Morning, everyone. I'm going to do my little intervention in English. First of all, Patricia, Revista Mercado, thank you for always thinking of us and inviting us to your events. Thank you to Eduardo Sanz-Lemoton, Jean-Louis Rodriguez. You are key stakeholders in our sector, so I appreciate you being here today. Thank you to my colleagues in the industry for being here as well. I will take the opportunity to talk a little bit about our view of the global supply chain challenges today, plus the opportunities for us as a country to develop a hub in the Dominican Republic. If we look back 1 year ago, it's almost the anniversary of closing down the country. And it really turned our industry and the challenges of the supply chain upside down. From a personal point of view, I had 15 Chinese engineers arriving from China to commissioning the new cranes, which were arriving a couple of days after we closed the country down. So I had 15 Chinese engineers stranded in Cuba the day we closed down the airports. Just an example of the challenges that we were facing during last year. But standing here today, I feel a lot more positive, a lot more optimistic than I did a year ago, that's for sure. We have vaccines being rolled out. Trade is starting to move again. We saw a recovery of trade in the last quarter of last year, and the start of this year has been extremely positive. But again, there are still challenges in the industry. Now it's different. Now we have a shortage of vessels. We have a shortage of containers, freight rates are skyrocketing at the moment. So it's different challenges that we are dealing with today. I think we will still see these challenges for the majority of this year, but I'm very optimistic for the opportunities going forward. Last year, as DP World, we commissioned the Economist Intelligence Unit to do a study for us on the impact of COVID on the supply chain globally. It was a very interesting outcome of the study, which shows that 83% of global executives with an extensive supply chain were looking to reconfigure their supply chain during 2020. What does that mean? That means looking for potentially new suppliers, new ways of doing logistics, and also moving their production and manufacturing to different locations. 13.2% of companies have already reconfigured their supply chain in 2020. We see geopolitical conditions around the world changing the environment that we today know, with companies looking to diversify their risk by moving their manufacturing from traditional locations like in China. They have realized the risk of having centralized your manufacturing in one location during a situation like COVID. We also have the US-China trade wars. We have a change of administration in the US, but we see the indications from Biden is the same as the Trump administration, encouraging US companies to do reshoring or nearshoring of their manufacturing. We actually just released another study today with the Economist Intelligence Unit as well. I haven't had the time to read it fully, but I just took some key notes out of it. And that showed that 36% of North American companies with an extensive supply chain, they look to reshore their manufacturing in 2021-22. And this is the highest for any region globally. We have the most recent $1.9 trillion relief plan being released in the US, which will for sure urge the spending and boost the economy in the US, the urge to travel as well. With all of these elements, we see as being positive opportunities for the Dominican Republic. The Dominican Republic is a country with many advantages. We have the right location. We are in the trade lanes of the trade going east and west, north and south. So we have a very strategic location. We have a long tradition of manufacturing free zones in the country. We are one of the best connected countries in Latin America. We have 9 international airports. We have 12 ports. And we have free trade agreements with more than 48 nations. But most important, we have a government who is fully behind the development of a hub. I prefer not to just talk about a logistic hub, but as a hub in general. If we look at our experience as DP World, our flagship is obviously in Dubai, and Dubai is built on trade. And today, Dubai is not just a hub for trade. It's a hub for financial institutions. It's a hub for innovation. You have regional and global companies setting up their head offices in Dubai. So when I look at the opportunities for the Dominican Republic, I see a lot more than just a logistic hub. Having all these elements in place, what is it that we need to focus on? We have the infrastructure, we have the ports, we have the airports. What else do we need to do? We need to focus on the ease of doing business. We need to become more agile and efficient in order to attract foreign investment to the country. Another result from the report that was released this morning shows that 23% of companies believe enhancing their responsiveness to change through real-time and predictive data. That will be the main factor for them when they conduct trade in the future. So it's the agility and the ability to react very fast. We are on the right track as a country. We have the government's strategy of zero bureaucracy, and that will help us improve the ease of doing business indicators in the Dominican Republic. We need to focus on making better use of technology. We need to become more efficient with issuing permits and licenses for international companies who want to set up in the country. With our experience from Dubai and our Jebel Ali free zone, where we have more than 7,500 companies operating, we can have a company setting up from scratch with licenses, permits, even issuing visas to people coming in to work within 2 weeks. We might not get to that point straight away, but there's no reason why we shouldn't aim for that as a country. We have Eduardo and his team working hard and diligently on facilitating trade by developing and making better use of software and data. And the very exciting project that you have of the 24-hour dispatch, Eduardo, is an important step in the right direction to become a hub. When we talk to international companies about bringing their business into the DR, one of the first questions we always get is, how does customs work and how agile is customs? So we're very happy and very confident with what you and your team is doing, which will help us all to grow the hub. So in summary, the next step we need to take as a country and as an industry is to improve our agility, efficiency, and visibility, and support and collaborate with the government to achieve zero bureaucracy. At DP World, we see ourselves as strategic allies of the Dominican Republic. One of our most important objectives is to make the Dominican more attractive and competitive. And we are going through our own transformation from being a traditional port operator to be a 360 supply chain provider. We have a lot of confidence in the country, which is also why we last year completed the $140 million expansion of the port. With that expansion, we will now be able to bring more volume through the port. We will increase our capacity from 1.4 million TEU to 2.5 million TEU. And with this expansion, we will increase the connectivity of the country as well. We have acquired an additional 3 million square meters of land, which we will open up for more logistics services. Plus, we will open up for manufacturing and light industry, all within the same ecosystem within Causeiro. Connectivity is one of the key elements to be competitive. And as a hub, this is what we need to focus on. So we have also joined forces with Punta Cana International Airport to develop a regional air cargo hub in the Dominican Republic, because as more connectivity we can create, the stronger we stand as a country. Another important element that's happening in our sector is the go live of the DR Trade Logistic platform. We and our partners in this sector and the industry, we are all behind the DR Trade platform, which will be a national integration platform for all logistics services, connecting all players, public and private. If we want to grow as a hub, we need to make use of the DR Trade platform. We need to let the technology help us grow. As DP World, we have also launched the DP World Academy, which is offering training to all players in the supply chain and supporting the government's ambitions of the logistics and nearshoring hub by developing people and creating jobs and economic growth. As I say, the world is changing, the supply chain needs are changing, but we are not the only one in the game looking for this. It's not only the Dominican Republic who has the same ambitions. Other countries in the regions are having the same discussions, the same meetings as we are. So what we need to do is to react fast. We need to be very efficient, agile, and we need to have a clear strategy together on how we achieve the hub. And most important, we need to work together with the public and private sector to make it happen. In the end, I just want to share a quick video to show the progress of what we're doing in DP World and the ecosystem that we are developing. Thank you very much.
DP World. Facilitamos un comercio inteligente para construir un mejor futuro.